with a couple more. Shared the link on my Facebook, and I shared the link on my Discord channel. So maybe we get some viewers, maybe we don't. It is 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we are 9 hours away from Rhode Island. We are 9 hours away from Rhode Island, which means I could drive all the way through, but I'm probably not going to. I'll probably get a hotel here in the next few hours. I'll try to go I'll probably just go 3-4 more hours, and that means I'm only 5 hours from Rhode Island. That's easy, fucking 5 hours. I can do that blindfolded. I bought a dump truck in Miami, drove truck from Miami to California, a Isuzu NBR dump truck. I drove that all the way from, what's up, Titan? Titan in the house, what's up? But yeah, I drove that dump truck from Miami to LA. So I've already done this once. So this is a breeze, guys. Plus, we're taking a lot of breaks. Um, so we are 9 hours from dropping the trailer off to the winner. But we're going to drop it off tomorrow because I am going to stop here in a few hours and just call it a night. Get some work done, relax, watch some Netflix and chill. My beautiful little lady over there hanging out with their little headphones. So, if anybody joins, ask questions. If not, I guess I'll just talk about. Oh God, my face is dry. I can't wait to shower. So, anyways, let's talk about the junk event. It's tomorrow. It's a 3-day seminar hosted by Ricardo in Dallas, Texas. If you don't know about it, I posted a video on it. You can go check out my newest video. I will be there speaking Friday, the 15th. The 15th in 2 days. Is that in 2 days? Yeah. So I'll be there in 2 days. If you're wondering how I'm going to be there in 2 days, I am flying out of the New York airport for the event, and then flying right back to. Right back to right to Dallas, and then right back to New York, and then from New York we're driving back home. And this was a hell of a trip. One hell of a trip. So we're definitely gonna hang out in New York though, for at least a couple nights. Experience New York since we've never been. It is a vacation as well. God, my eyes. And yeah, so hopefully I see you guys at that event, Ricardo's event in Dallas, Texas, tomorrow. Yeah, Carson Alexander. I know you're just. We already have a photo together, so I know you're just playing. But I can't wait to see you, Carson Alexander. And yeah, guys. So what's up? What's going on in the junk world right now? Anybody need any help out there? Oh, God. Anybody have any questions? Any questions at all about, honestly, it could be about anything: love, relationships, quantum physics, theoretical physics, um, pseudoscience. I'm just kidding. I don't know any of that shit. So, yeah, like I said, guys, 9 hours away from Rhode Island. Just got done meeting with Sky Lane. Had lunch, or I guess not lunch. It would be an early dinner. But yeah, I met up with Sky Lane in Ohio. Um, so that was pretty cool to meet him for the first time. I actually saw him at JunkCon, but we didn't talk. But really cool to link up with Skylane. And I have some exciting news for you guys. I can't wait to post an awesome video when I get back home. It's going to be great. I got so many videos lined up of like what I would do different, how to do a junk food business, the lessons I learned if I was starting over, my 90-day challenge video on how to grow, what I would do, and I just got a bunch of videos planned that I'm really excited. along with my other second channel of me growing the tech business too. So if you guys want to follow my journey, I'll have that channel as well. So that'll be exciting. But tons of junk content coming soon. Um, and if you guys didn't remember, I gave my Google Ads course away for free. You can sign up for that. It's completely free. I'll give you access. I'm going to do that as soon as I get to the hotel. Open that program up. Bring me the questions. God damn, my eyes are itching. Do you think it's possible for a junk removal business to outgrow 1-800-JUNK? Well, anything's possible, Carson. But the likelihood of it happening is like the likelihood of Bitcoin. A lot of people are like, oh, if you get enough supercomputers to take over 51% of the network of Bitcoin, because that's how it works, is how many miners are mining and how many computers are actually mining. And if you can take over the Bitcoin network and have 51%, can you actually change the code and change the rules of Bitcoin? Is it possible? Yeah, with a fuckload of money and enough supercomputers and then change. Yes, theoretically it's possible. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. Um, that's an interesting. It's an interesting one though. I don't think so, man. I don't see that happening ever, honestly, because they've just got so much brand already and so many trucks out on the road. Do we need some serious money to? I don't think it could be done organically because even if you, let's just say they have 500 locations, right? I don't know how many locations they have. Let's just say 300 to 500 locations. Even, sorry, my eyes are just like itching like crazy. Even if you can buy enough trucks, right? Let's just say you buy enough trucks to compete with them. Okay, and you put 1-900 got junk, right? They've already have so much branding that they're known throughout the country. People just know the name. Your 500 trucks wouldn't be able to compete with the amount of volume of business they'd get, because yes, you're going to get new business from being on the road, but you and I both know you don't get that much business from just your trucks driving around. You get phone calls here and there for your decals. You should definitely have decals, but even if you had enough to buy the inventory of 500 trucks, which is an insane investment, millions, $100,000 a truck times, yeah, that's a fuckload of money. $100,000 a truck, 500. Yeah, let alone the ad spend. For you to even compete to bring in the business, you would have to have massive ad spend, and I just don't think it would work. I honestly don't think it would work because they have so much free business coming in from the brand alone, from people just knowing 1-800-got-junk and Googling 1-800-got-junk. So I don't think it's going to ever happen. It's not worth the investment. There's too much at stake. It's not worth a $50 million investment to buy that many trucks and try to run an operation. And to slow grow, outgrow them slowly. It's just, um, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen ever. I don't. If anybody, no, if I had to make a bet on it, my answer is no. Nobody will outgrow them within the next 100 years, for sure. Uh, they just have too much brand power, too many people. You would never get the volume they have, ever. Even if there's not even enough Google search volume. So even if you were able to max out your Google ads in every city of every state, you're still not going to get enough. You're still not going to get enough business to justify the ad. Like, yeah, it'd be rough, it'd be tough. Good question, Carson. That's a fun thought experiment. Let's, but yeah, that'd be nuts. Any other questions out there? Um, Theoretical questions or serious questions? on how to grow your junk removal business. My software guys, I'm excited. We're submitting so the web app is about ready, like probably in a couple days it'll be ready. However, the mobile apps we are submitting to the App Store, the iOS App Store, and the Google Play Store within a week or so. So it should be in the stores in a couple weeks. So look out for that. Super excited for that. Finally, you guys can start beta testing the software. And yeah, what's up, Tipsy? The Tipsy Sniper. What is up, my man? Do you get tipsy and practice sniping? It's probably pretty hard to be accurate if you're sniping while tipsy. What? That's his name, the Tipsy Sniper. Uh, it's probably his Xbox tag name or something. Probably kills it in Call of Duty. The drive's going. Out junk. What is a sweet spot ad budget for Google Ads? So, out junk out. Everybody's going to tell you this, right? It always depends on your location. It always depends on your budget. It always depends on your conversions and how well you convert in your landing page. But I'll tell you this, it seems like the national average right now per lead, if you're, okay, so I'll tell you what I am paying. What I pay per phone call on Google Ads for the entire 2 years that I was running Google Ads, 2 years and 4 months, 2 years and 3 months I was running Google Ads, it averaged out to $55 per conversion, per lead, per phone, per lead, right? So $55 it cost me for a phone call or an email lead, right? Per conversion, whatever, per lead, same fucking shit. So to answer your question, out junk out, you need to think about if that's the national average. Now, some people will be higher. Sometimes I've heard people paying 75 to $100 a lead, and that sucks. And then there's people who say they can get it down to $15 a lead. Most people I know are in the neighborhood of $55 to $65 a lead. So basic math says, okay, I close 50% of my phone calls. So if I'm paying $55 per phone call and I'm only closing half of them, that means 2 phone calls are going to cost me $55 per lead, $110. I'm going to close one of those 2 leads because I'm good on the phones. It's $110 to show up in front of a customer for me to just get in front of them, and then I have to close the job. So if each phone call is costing me $55, how many phone calls do you want per day? So do the math. What is the daily budget? I needed the phone to ring a lot. That's why I was spending $500 a day on each location. So my phone, if you do the math, $55 divided, so let's just call it 50. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 calls I would get for spending $500 a day. 10 phone calls. You close half of them. I'm closing half of those phone calls. So if you're spending $150 a day, you can expect 3 phone calls a day on average. Some days will be worse, some days will be better, but it should average out. If you're paying the national average, what it seems to be in the junk removal business right now, the national average is for junk removal keywords, related keywords, $55 per lead. So that's why you got to spend a lot of money on Google Ads. It's not cheap. If you want phone calls, it's pay to play right now. It's very expensive. It does pay off if your average job size. So if one phone call is $55, you close half of them. So your customer acquisition cost is $110. It costs you $110 to get in front of a customer because every 2 phone calls you close one of them, right? So those 2 phone calls cost you $110. If your average job size is $600, your average job size is $500, then the math works out. Your customer acquisition cost is $110. Your average job size is $500, $600. The math works out, right? It just really depends on your COGS at that point if it's profitable. So, long story short, $250 a day, $300 a day is what I would want to spend. But obviously, if you're in a smaller city, you might not even be able to spend that much money. So ideally, in a perfect world, your ads have to be perfect, number one, before you do any of this and you crank your volume up. You need to make sure your ads are converting. good landing page, conversion tracking set up, and all the negative keywords are done properly, and all your normal keywords, ad copy, all that stuff. Oh, Tipsy Sniper. Oh, you had two guys calling in. Gotta go dump my trailer load from yesterday. Have a good day, man. Later, man. Average job size is 500. That's awesome. The Tipsy Sniper. Out, junk out. I hope that helps answer your question. Um, you know, the cost per conversion for an ad is pretty expensive for a Google lead is getting expensive, but you also got to remember. I'm sick of these tolls. How many more tolls are there going to be? Okay, never mind. Um, so that's the bummer about Google Ads, is it is expensive, but you also got to realize the difference of Google Ads is people need usually junk removal right now, and they're willing to pay usually on average higher amounts of money because they're calling, they need it right now. Yes, you're always going to get price shoppers, and that's what sucks about Google Ads is if you don't have the bankroll, you can blow through a budget because you just might have 1 or 2 or 3 or even a week days or a week of just kind of like shitty phone calls. You might just be getting price shoppers. You might just be getting shitty phone calls. Even when my ads were perfect and I'm only, bidding on good keywords like junk removal, get rid of whatever the keywords you're bidding on. Even if you're bidding on good keywords, you can still sometimes get shitty days, multiple shitty days in a row, just shitty phone calls of just price shoppers and people asking questions, even though you're bidding on the right keywords. But then you have fabulous weeks, fabulous days, fabulous months, and it balances out. And that's the problem is most people, they'll start spending money on Google and they won't get the immediate, they'll get like single item removals here and there, or they'll lose money because people don't want to pay that much for a single item. But then they'll get price shoppers and like, oh, this fucking sucks. I just burned, I'm paying 50 to 60, $75 a phone call and I'm not getting any fucking, you got to go through all those. It averages out, by the end of the month, you should be getting a 3x return on your money, at minimum. On a good month, 5x. But sometimes you go through those shitty phone calls. I've had a whole week of bad phone calls on Google, and I was just burning Google money, right? Just burning. And I'm spending $1,000 a day, guys. But that's just in the name of the game. There's been a month where it took 3 weeks of the month, like 3 weeks of the month. I'm just like barely breaking even, paying the employees, paying for the ads, right? Just barely getting by, blowing somewhere on average $700 a day between both locations, just blowing money. But that last week, and this is a bad month, this shit happens. It happens. You have great months, you have shitty months. That last week of the month, I got to made $10,000 profit because just finally some good calls started coming in, some good jobs. And I ended up after everything was said and done, profiting $10,000 that month. It may have been gross like 60, 70, 80K. I don't know, but it was a rough month. One of my roughest months I remember. And I was like, oh my God. But that last final stretch, good phone calls. And this happens with Google Ads. When you're completely reliant on Google Ads, you're going to have those bad, those off weeks, those off months, but it always balances out over the course of the month. And especially, you're going to have good months, you're going to have great months, you're going to have bad months, but over the course of the year, my ad spend was $250,000 and it brought me in 1.1 million because you do get repeat customers from those Google customers. You do get referrals. Maybe they looked you up on Google and then they didn't call. Maybe they find you later. Maybe they're like, oh, okay, I found it, but you know what? I'm gonna call later. So, at the end of the day, the Google ads will pay if you're doing them right. It will pay for itself. It will work if you're doing it right. You're bidding on the right keywords, negative keywords, blah 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 blah. But you will have rough weeks and rough months. But it will definitely, at the end of the day, more than balance out if your ads are done right. Because I've had months where I profited 30K from Google, profited 30K, profited 20, profited 15, Like I told you, there was 1 month where I almost just fucking. With that being said, guys, Google rant over. Um, but yeah, Google ads are takes money. Unfortunately, Google ads, you are going to need bankroll. Unless you take my course, you can. You can't. It's a free course, free Google Ads course. You can start with a smaller budget because I teach you how to monitor it and do it yourself and really make sure you do it safely. Um, and really just kind of understand and learn how it works. So take my Google Ads course. But if you're going to hire an agency, you're going to need a good agency that knows how to run junk removal ads. You're going to need to spend um, you're going to need to spend at least 150, 200 bucks a day because each phone call is going to cost you 60 bucks. It's getting ridiculous. Even Google local service ads. When I was running Google local service ads, it was costing near $90 a phone call. 80 to $90. And of course, I had maximized phone calls on, so it's going to always make me pay the highest because I want the most phone calls. So to put me near the top, and of course, being at the top on Google local services or Google ads, you're always going to. So you're always gonna pay a premium for that shit. But yeah. What's your typical single customer fish stick? What's your typical single customer pickup look like? Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, single items were the most difficult. I was actually about to do what Got Junk did with their single items, like the single item mattress pickup. They were going to do $59. We all know these are called loss leaders, where you have a lower price to get them into your database because you can get them as a customer in your database, remarket to them. They might refer you. You also get to advertise in their neighborhood. You can put a oh no, not another toll. I'm so over the tolls. I'm at $100 in tolls so far. Okay, let's see. What is this one going to cost, guys? This was a shorter trip. Oh, shit, babe. Oh, right here. Never mind. All right, guys. You see that? Out junk. Igor, what would you say was a good budget for one truck for Google spent? Igor, I'll answer your question in 1 minute. I'll tell out junk out. I'll tell you why my toll reaction is because the last toll was 72 bucks and the one after that was 30 bucks now, and then another one was 7. And I've only been driving on the highway. And then I asked her, she says I'm getting charged because of multiple axles because I have another trailer. But damn, you know. All right, guys, let's see what this one's gonna cost. Hello. How you doing? Good. How are you doing? Really good. Let's see what's the damage. Does the damage show up over there? It's $6. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. $6. How many more tolls are there? Well, this is. You know how many more tolls there are going all the way to New York? No. You're getting off in Ohio. You can get on one in like Pennsylvania if you end up on there. Cool. Past that, I really have no clue. All right, no worries. So Igor, what is a good budget for one truck? Yeah, I'll tell you what I was spending in LA to. Have a good one. Thank you, Ross. Have a good one. Okay. Let's see. Let's get out of here. Let's see where we at. Where we at? Okay. So we are back in business. Okay, Google, I will keep left. So Igor, I was spending. So LA cost me a little bit more, to be honest. So LA was costing me to keep that truck busy full time, and I want you guys to remember this. This is a. I need you guys to realize something. I was spending a lot of money on Google Ads to keep the truck busy full time, 7 days a week. I wanted to make sure I had enough jobs every day to keep my crew busy 7 days a week. I had a week crew work 4 days a week, and then I had a weekend crew working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday crew. I wanted to make sure we were busy all 7 days. Okay. So I ran my ads aggressively. My first location in Ventura County, which is outside of LA, I was spending on average 300 a day. Okay. I had it set to 500, but it wouldn't hit 500. There wasn't enough people. It was a million population, and it wouldn't spend. Some days it would, of course. Some days you get the good days where it'll spend like crazy. Just a lot of people looking for junk removal. But on average, it's like 300 bucks a day, 9 grand a month, 10 grand a month. I was spending on my Ventura County location, and that 10 grand a month would bring me 50 grand revenue. I mean, 300, $400 a day every day, um, and it working out for them, right? Because they don't have their ads set up right, they don't have the budget for it, can't make it through the tough weeks, 2 weeks, and just kind of like burning through money. Luckily for me, when I ran my ads initially and I cranked it up to 200, 300 bucks a day, I was on the truck and by myself. And then eventually I got a guy on the truck and he was by himself. Now, not a good idea to do that, but that's what I did for the first few months. He was on the truck by himself. And yeah, he actually was so lonely. He brought his friend, and his friend worked for free. Like, this is to help him out some days. And then I finally started to realize, oh my God, I gotta have people on the truck, But that's another story for another day. Anyways, that's how much money I had to spend to keep that truck busy. In LA, the LA truck's a different story, right? So LA, I was spending like 500 a day, 600 a day sometimes, like 15 grand a month to bring in the same amount of money, 50 grand for that truck. Sometimes 40 grand, sometimes 60 grand, sometimes 65, 70 grand. I had some really good months where I did 120 grand in 1 month with 2 trucks, somewhere between 120 and 130, 120 and 130,000. It's my best month I've ever had. LA was a little bit more, and I think it's because I got more flaky people. A lot more flaky people in LA. A lot more price shoppers. A lot more people who cancel. LA's really shitty. It worked out still. Works out. Each truck on average, would bring me back 50,000, but I had to spend a little bit less money in Ventura County to bring in 50 grand. So, however, Ventura County started slowing down. Um, the year before, I was spending $300 a day just fine, $400 a day, and I was staying busy, 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 busy. But now my Ventura County location, like, lucky if I hit 300 a day. It doesn't. Some days it'll spend that much, but it definitely the ad search volume decreased, and I think it's because there's less people. Ventura County is only a million people population, but it was the search volume dropped. And I don't think it's the search volume per se, because I feel like more people. Sorry, 1 second. I-80. Oh shit, man! Look at the sun. New York City. So what I'm thinking is there was more competitors. So my ad was being rotated with more competitors because I was trying to spend more money in Ventura County. I was trying, but it wasn't letting me spend more money, which was really, really frustrating in my Ventura County location, because I think just more people are trying to run ads. So hopefully, you're in a good population area where you can spend more money on ads. But really, I think you need to do a combination of Google ads and Facebook ads. Yelp is something I really haven't experimented too much with. So I really just did Google ads. But Facebook is really powerful. Google ads if you use it correctly as well. But yeah, long story short, Igor, LA, 500 bucks a day I had to spend, and Ventura, 300 bucks a day. I would have spent more in Ventura. I would have spent more in Ventura if I could have, of course, but there was a limit of how many people were searching for me. So you can say on average, I was spending 20 to 30 grand a month to keep 2 trucks busy. I have a video on my experience with Facebook ads. Facebook ads were great. I got a 3x return. It could have been a lot better. Um, a lot better. If you watch that video, you'll see why I say it could have been better. But Facebook ads are great. You can spend less money and get good results. Oh man. Facebook ads is a completely different game, but it's very easy to get into. You can simply just start with boosting posts. Um, as long as you have a really good Facebook profile and you make a really good Facebook post, like you in front of your truck with your family or whatever, and it's clear what you do. Make it very obvious your call to action. Hey, we do junk removal, whatever. We do house clean, and you boost that post and you boost it $10 a day, $15 a day, every day. You'll get some good results. We are. Check it out, guys. Look at the sign. Check out the sign. New York City. New York City, guys. When are you going to do your deep dive on setting up? Fred, where at the, yeah, I keep getting distracted by the amount of things that I'm doing now that I'm not running Facebook ads. I mean, I guess theoretically I could set up a Facebook ad and just like not run it. So I guess I should do that because I can just create it as if I was going to run it. So yeah, you know what? I'll work on that this month. How do you deal with the stress of running a business? So out, junk out. That's a good question. A lot of people handle this differently. Some people take family very serious and they have a zero tolerance rule of like, I'm going to commit my presence and my time to my family because family is more important than everything. Um, and I understand that. I am not one of those people. Oh shit, hold on. Sorry, I almost missed the exits. Okay. So, I got two kids, a beautiful lady, and okay, so um, I take the Alex Ramosi approach, and it's been like that my entire life. Um, and this is probably not the way to. And I'll probably regret it in the future, but of course, family comes first. In special circumstances. God, what? Okay, hold on. These highways are pissing me off. But outside of like special circumstances and the obvious, like feeding my kids and hanging out with them, and watching a movie, most of my time is dedicated to my business. So, and people understand that. And that's just what I do. I work 24/7 every single day. There's not a day I don't work. There's not a day I'm not on the computer. I'm on the computer every day, all day. End of story. Now since I work so much, do I carve out certain days? I'm like, oh fuck it, you know what? We're gonna go hang out. We're gonna go do something for a few hours. Um, but honestly, business comes first, and that's just how it's always been my entire life. Besides the exception of the obvious, like feed my kids and hang out with them and cuddle them on the couch. But I am on the computer 12 hours a day. Business comes first because I feel like once I hit a certain limit, it'll pay for everything, and then financial and time freedom, financial freedom, and location freedom come, and it's something I'm willing to sacrifice, um, in the hopes that I'm trying to get it done before my daughter hits the age of 10 or 11. Um, but it doesn't mean I don't hang out with my family. It's just people know that I sit on my computer 12 hours a day, every day. So, and they accept that. And I think since I've been born, like I was born like that, every person I've ever, like my girl dated me knowing that's how I am. And she knows that it'll pay off later too. And so honestly, I don't have the stress of that. The only stress that I have in the back of my mind is like, okay, when will I have 100 million so I can just fucking relax, hire somebody to be the CEO of my company, I'm just like the visionary, the big guy. I do not want to be like Elon Musk. I do not want to be the CEO of 5 life-changing companies. I want to be the CEO of one company that sells for $3 billion, Autopilot, and I will, of course, always work until the day I die, but I will be able to chill work, relax work. So, I guess to answer your question, man, it's not a problem. People know who I am. Everybody knows I'm a workaholic. They understand that I'm trying to build something, and I am sacrificing quality family time 100%. I sacrifice it. I don't go camping with my family as much. I've never been. I don't do any crazy trips. I haven't like, and that's something that's going to be changing relatively soon. Um, I feel like I'm close to striking, striking gold or hitting a home run. So I hope that answers your question, man. Um, and there's going to be, yeah, exactly, Fred Horta. There's going to be people who disagree with you and me. You know, like short-term sacrifice. There's going to be people who are going to say, "Hey, man, that's a dumb idea because you're missing the moment of your children growing up." Granted, yeah, I am, but I'm also working from home, and I get to go just walk outside and laugh and push my son on the couch and go ha 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 ha, and then go right back to my computer. So now, when I was doing junk removal, building the junk removal business, yes, that was consuming the shit out of me. I was on the field for those first 6 months. I was out of the house 24/7. My girl understood that this junk removal business was a long term, but the plan was to get to 15 trucks. And then eventually, I got off the truck. Then I was at home with the kids and her taking phone calls, and I was off the truck. So everything has been in stages, and yeah, it's never been an issue. It's always been understood from day one with my lady. And, I think the only one who's going to really suffer is my kids. But my plan is to be at the level I want to be in the next couple of years. And I will be able to kind of chill out a little and, I'll be able to spend more of that quality time going on trips to Disney and shit like that. Um, But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Out Junk Out. Uh, let's see, Owen, how big does your population impact a junk removal company? Only reason I ask is looking at starting a junk removal business, but my city and surrounding areas are 35K people. Owen, question: 35K population and how much of a radius? Like, is that your total radius that you are willing to serve? Is that like all of the surrounding cities, 35K of where you're willing to drive in a radius? Or is your county a little bit bigger where you're willing to drive and you could get to 100K, 200K? Or is it actually 35K that you're willing to drive? Um, Let me know, Owen. Let's get to Andrew to 100 mil. Oh, you guys, if you use my software and you have faith in me, we're going to get to a billion, 2 billion, 3 billion for sure because Jobber's $3 billion, Service Titans somewhere in the ballpark of 15, $20 billion. We'll get there, guys, for sure. And that's why I'm letting you guys invest too, because I want to take you along for the journey. If you guys want to invest, just hit me up. I really do think this is my home run. But yeah, Owen, I'll wait for your response. If I don't get a response in a couple seconds or within 30, 60 seconds, I'll just answer as if it really is only 35K. I'll give you my answer. I'm starting to get a little headache. I wonder if it's because I've been drinking water. I'm about an hour out of Chicago, but my county is about that 35K. So I could venture out further, but that is my immediate. Okay, so you're not going to get any results from Google Ads. Okay, so you might get some. 35K is very small, so you might get you can spend maybe $20 a day on Google Ads. I don't know, with that small of a population, you could probably do some really good damage with Facebook ads. But your business is going to be strictly from word of mouth, community, referrals, networking, yard signs, 35K, that's a big enough population to get some business. You could definitely probably still start a small junk removal company. You could probably get to, for sure, like $5,000-$10,000 in time from networking, yard signs, door hangers, community stuff that you, uh, events, whatever you can think of creatively, traditional marketing. And then on top of that, run Facebook ads, and in your entire city, running Facebook ads, Facebook boosting posts. So, can you start a junk removal company with that small of a population? Yes. I don't see you getting past 10 grand a month. 10 grand a month might be all you need. Um, that's a small population because I was, yeah, but it's definitely worth giving a shot. It's not to say you won't get any business. I don't know how much money you're trying to make, but a small population like that, you won't be able to scale fast with Google Ads, or something like that. But you can definitely start the business in that small of a population. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind you can get to 10K, 15K a month. You're gonna have to put a lot of work in on the ground, um, and probably Facebook ads. And then you can venture out to Chicago later when you're ready. But obviously, there's a lot more people in Chicago. Oh God, my eyes itching. I'm stuffy. I'm itchy. Like, what's going on? I wonder how far from the border of New York I am. Let me just. Yeah, hey guys, I'm gonna sign off here soon unless anybody has any more questions. Owen, I appreciate that, man. I can always go up towards the city more if I wanted to scale more. Yes, you can, absolutely. If anybody has any more questions before I sign off, ask away. Ask away. God damn. Thank you, Owen. Glad you liked the videos. Igor, the trick to getting off the truck is, I mean, honestly, you got to find some good employees, hire some really good employees, but you just got to get, honestly, it's the scariest. Once you get to 3 jobs a day, whatever that magic number is. For me, it was 3 jobs a day, right? Averaging 3 jobs a day. The phone ringing enough, and it seemed like, look at your months. Wait, do a month or 2 months. How many jobs are you averaging per day? For me, the magic number was 3 jobs a day to get off the truck. Once you hit that number, it really comes down to finally having the balls to delegate. Most people are scared to delegate immediately because they're worried. Are they going to make enough money? That's obviously why you want to make sure you have enough jobs coming in and you grow the business. Focus on that, of course. But your next step is going to be actually picking good employees and handing the keys to them. And I know that's the scariest part, training them and trusting them to bid, trusting them to drive. But once you hit that number of jobs per day where you're starting to feel comfortable, you're like, okay, I think I can be profitable. You really just got to hire some good employees, learn how to hire. And, yeah, hopefully that helps, Igor. Andrew, with your app, are you able to track the amount of miles you are driving for? So I don't have mileage built in yet, but that's so, I could build that in. That's just, there's so many other features that I wanted to work on. I haven't built that in yet, but that's easy to build in too. So I will put like a little voting system where people can vote on what features they want next. But yeah, I don't have that built in yet. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, Fred, don't worry, man. We got lots of cool stuff coming. Eventually, I do want to get that built in. I do want to help people with their cogs, stuff related more to like cogs, like fuel, dump, gas, mileage. that's a lot more of like bookkeeping stuff, and kind of that's more like on the back burner of all the other features I want to add. Stuff related to like bookkeeping stuff, which mileage, gas, dump, labor, all that stuff. I'm not having built into the system right away because bookkeeping is more, you know, that's a little bit different. But eventually, I will allow you to do that. Maybe even by the summer. I don't know. We'll see how important that is. How many people vote on it. But yeah, we're working on like the marketing tools integration, the connecting all the ad platforms and seeing your data integrations, QuickBooks integrations, and marketing tools, which I think I already said, and the phone call system and phone numbers for call tracking and messaging with customers and other features related to that stuff. Hell yeah, I appreciate it, Fred. Are you? Did you apply for beta? If you're the number one fan, did you apply for beta? As a reminder, guys, I will be in Dallas this month on the 15th in 2 days, speaking at Ricardo's Junk Removal Summit. You can check my latest video. I talk about his event. I will be there speaking. So I hope to see you guys there. It is in Dallas, Texas. It's an in-person 3-day seminar. I hope to see you guys there. Do you think I can replace House Call Pro completely with yours? Oh, yeah, for sure by the summer. Um, Out Junk Out, you will be able to completely replace House Call Pro. You can even replace it now, but I don't want people who are running big operations or multiple employees until I am done beta testing. But yeah, we're gonna have Android app, iOS app, web app, everything. So it's going to be pretty cool. And it's going to be so much cooler than Jobber, Alscal Pro, and Workies. Um, well, Fred, my software is so cheap that it's probably worth you trying it out. I'm only charging 49 bucks compared to House Call Pro 169 and Workies 225 bucks a month. So, and it's very important that you start um, saving customers in your database, and sending automatic text messages and looking professional, collecting review. I know you can do all that manually yourself, but it's really good to get it on the system and get started. So it's all automatic. But yeah, the beta software is only 49 bucks a month, which is like cheap compared to everybody else. But guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, if anybody has any questions, I'm going to sign off here in a couple minutes. So if you guys have any questions, get those questions out. That's not too bad. If you go to my virtual event video, it's autopilotapp.io. But if you don't know, it's autopilotapp.io, or you can find the virtual event video. It's in the video description, how to sign up, or the link to Autopilot. And then you just click apply for beta. Um, and yeah, that is it. That easy. And if you guys want to invest, you can email me at andrew@autopilotapp.io. Just email me if you want to invest. If you truly think that if you believe that I can truly take this to $1 billion, we got some cool YouTubers behind us who've invested that are going to help us push this software too. So I'm super excited. But anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure. This is my second time today streaming live on the road trip. So um, pretty cool. Pretty cool that you can do that, right? Oh. All right, guys. Doesn't look like any other questions. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, asking questions, and just hanging out with me on this road trip. And next time we talk, I'll be dropping off this trailer tomorrow. So finally, can't wait to finish this road trip video and put it together. You guys seeing me drop off the dump trailer. It's been quite the fucking journey. So anyways, guys, as always,